Hello, this is going to be a quick video demo for how to set up and use Abrela version 1.1. The 1.1 update makes it easier to set up and also adds the ability to actually play music in the program, which is pretty cool. So first thing I want to show you is once you download the file from GitHub and you double click it to use it, you're going to see this warning from Windows. If you hit more info, what this is telling you is that I am an unknown publisher who hasn't signed the code with a code signing certificate. I just don't have one currently because this is pretty amateur for fun kind of project. So if you do want to test Abrela, you will have to click more info and then you will have to click run anyway. This is a one-time thing. Once you do this once, it won't bug you anymore. But I'm also looking into ways to get this fixed more long-term as well. All right, and once it's open, it's going to show you this welcome dialog, which is just explanatory text about Abrela, how it works, where you can find more information about it. You can ask it not to show you this again. And then this is asking you what folder do you have all the album folders in, and it's telling you that all the zips need to be extracted. So what this means is, so from the Bootleg Gizzard Bandcamp page, you can download these albums. You can name your price for them. You don't need all of them to use Abrela, but the more you have, the more transitions you'll be able to use. So once you get all of the albums downloaded, you'll have one zip file per album. You need to extract each zip, and that will give you one folder per album, and then you want to put them all in the same folder like I've got here. So these are already extracted. You can see each one's just a folder. I can go in and see all the MP3s, but you need a folder like this, and Abrela will work with it to do the rest of what it does. So I'm going to tell Abrela where this folder is, and I'm going to ask it to remember this so I don't have to do it again. And then one time it's going to build an image cache, which will just make it load faster in the future. So it's making small versions of all the album art, and I'll show you that when you close it and start it again, since I remembered everything during setup, it just takes me right to this. Alright, so now I'll show you kind of what it's like to use Abrela. Select a series of transitions, listen to it, select other ones, just kind of what exploring it looks like. So you click on an album, then you click on a track. Your default transitions are all available, so just whatever was played next at this show. But if there are custom transitions, they'll show up. So this robot stop has a bunch of Big Fig Wasp transitions I've put in. And what you can do is just select the next one. You've got a 2-track timeline here with a transition period in between. I'm going to click process and play. For 2 tracks, it won't take long at all. And then we'll be able to listen to what it sounds like. We can skip ahead to the transition time, and I'll show you kind of what's happening there. So we're looking for 5 minutes and 6 seconds. So yeah, it gets you from one track to another. At least some sound better than others, just depending on how similar the night sounded. But you can also just keep this playing and then go find another transition that you want to see how it sounds. So like this. So once you find a new one you want to test out, you can click process and play. It'll stop what it's doing and work on this new one for you. And then you can see how that one sounds in the same way. Alright, now I'll show you what it looks like to make more of an album length playlist with Abrela. So there's some transitions in it for KG and LW. So if you start with the first track on KG, you should be able to find a few paths that take you all the way to the last track of LW, and you can make it kind of a seamless experience like that. So I'll jump ahead to when I've got that built all the way. All right, so you can see here I've got about an hour and a half of all the tracks of KG and LW, where most of the transitions, maybe all of the transitions, go from one track to another, but you're jumping to various albums from one track to another, or at least like various times of the night, and then you end up with KG and LW in order, and Abrela is set up to chain all of these at the same time. So I'm going to get a clock open, and then I'm going to start the process and play so you can see about how long it takes for something of this length. All right, before I start it, the other thing I'll point out is that you can reset this timeline at any point just by clicking on some point of it, and it will take you back to where you were, and you can select a different like ending if you want, or different branching paths. So then anyway, I'll skip ahead to when this is done. All right, so it took about 2 minutes 45-ish seconds, a little longer, to make this of about an hour and a half in length. So you can resize this, you can also resize this. It helps when things are longer like this, but I'll just show off a couple of these transitions. So if you like it, you can click done, and then you'll go to this save screen where it just sort of summarizes what you picked. And then right now you can only save it as one long MP3. And since you already did the work of like making it when you did the process and play button, you're just telling it where you want it saved. And so now I can see it is on my desktop. I can call it KGLW Live, and I can put it on whatever I want and listen to it anytime. All right, and the last thing I will point out here is this update data button. At the top you can see it says current albums.json version 1. That's the file that defines how many transitions are in Abrela. So if you click on this link, it's going to take you to the most up-to-date version of the file in the project on GitHub, and as you can see, that's version 1. So there's nothing newer available right now, but in the future there will be, and all you'll need to do is copy it from GitHub or download it from GitHub and paste it in here, or download it and upload it here. And when you click update, it will replace the version, it'll update this, and it'll give you the new transitions that I will add in the future.